Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents Three from D. I'm your host, Jason Colenso. Welcome to the show. Guys, it is Saturday. It has been a long week. I am exhausted. We've had a lot of excitement. 1 minute we didn't have anything going on in the NBA. Then all of a sudden, boom, we wake up Sunday morning to the Luka bombshell, and it was just kind of downhill. Excuse me, downhill from there. So, excuse me if I'm not as perky as I normally am. I'm working on it here. A long week at work too. So, but I love coming to you guys here, bringing you some great content. So, thank you very much for joining me here on Three from Deep. Check out Boom Broadcasting Network, guys. You got to like and subscribe. I want to see our subscriptions going up. So please tell a friend, tell a neighbor, go out there. If you like the show, drop me some comments. So I appreciate you all, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting. So thank you guys very much. So what are we going to talk about today on Saturday? We're the day before the Super Bowl. So, of course, everybody's gears are shifting right now to football. As a Giants fan, it's a little tough to swallow to watch my boy Saquon in the Super Bowl. So I'm cheering for Saquon because he's an awesome guy, absolute stud. Congratulations to Saquon for winning Offensive Player of the Year. I think he should have been the MVP. I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson were a little too close. So give it to the running back, guys. Come on. Quarterback's not the only position in the NFL. But guys, we're here to talk about the NBA. So we're going to get into some grades. I got 5 of the trades that happened this week, and I'm going to kind of grade them. So we're going to kind of finish the trades off. We're getting in close to the All-Star break. So we're going to have some different content, kind of leading up to that here. And then we're going to see what the rest of the season brings us, especially after these trades. I'm also going to touch real quick on a player I didn't even know was still in the league, about getting a buyout. We'll touch on that for a second. And then the All-Star roster are set. This whole new format with the Rising Stars playing kind of a little play-in tourney thing. And then you got Team Shaq, Team Kenny, and Team Chuck. It's a whole little weird 3-day event of these play-in games. So we'll see how that goes. I'm feeling like I need a vacation right now. We got snow kind of today. We got 3-4 days this coming up week of snow. So I'm thinking I need a little vacation. So I'm going to give you guys my top 5 dream. Now, this is all a dream because, everybody's allowed a dream. You don't have to pay for those yet. So I'm going to give you my top 5 dream vacations that I would love to take. And they're pretty interesting too. So maybe you guys can drop me your dream vacation. And then we're going to talk about some games. We had some games Wednesday night, Thursday night. I do record this on Friday nights. So anything crazy happens, we'll talk about that on Monday. But we had some great games Wednesday and Thursday night with some good performances and some great performances. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So thank you guys. Settle down here. I'm going to be with you for the next half an hour. Appreciate you joining me. It is a pleasure to sit here and talk to you. Thank you very much. And let's get into some grades. Guys, we had some unbelievable trades this week. We went for weeks without any trades, and it was quiet, and we heard some rumors, and then all of a sudden, boom, you wake up. No Luka. Luka's gone. AD, the whole thing. And then De'Aaron Fox and Zach LaVine. And then it just got crazy. And then some of the rumors were crazy with KD not wanting to go to Golden State. Jimmy Butler not wanting to go to Golden State. I don't know what that is all about. That's a whole nother story. So I'm going to give you some grades on the 5 major trades that happened this week. First, we're going to start off with my A+. My A+ is probably going to surprise some of you guys. But the De'Aaron Fox trade to play alongside Victor Wembanyama to join Chris Paul on the San Antonio Spurs, to me, is an A+ trade. They're 12th in the West right now, working their way up. That team is going to be dangerous. Victor Wembanyama is showing why he is and will become one of the biggest superstars in the world. And then now you're putting De'Aaron Fox on that team, who averages about 25 points a game, can create his own shot, is, got his own length and can kind of play both ends of the court. Watch out. That was my A+. The Spurs didn't give up much in that trade either. You got a superstar in De'Aaron Fox. We never really see him because he's on the West Coast. He played for the Kings. So not a lot of people got to see him. We got a little taste of him last year in the playoffs on how good he is. But now that he's playing alongside Victor Wembanyama, you guys are going to see how much of a stud De'Aaron Fox is. And he's just going to play unbelievably complimentary basketball with Victor Wembanyama. So I'm excited about that. That was my A+. My A-, and again, going to surprise you guys, was the Kings trade with De'Aaron Fox, with the Chicago Bulls. Now, the Kings, you think, okay, they get rid of De'Aaron Fox. Man, that's their star player. Well, they got Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is no slouch. Having a great season, 24 points a game. The other huge pickup from the Kings was Valanciunas, however you want to say it. I try to say these guys' names right, so bear with me, please. Getting him at center, keeping him away from the Los Angeles Lakers, because they didn't pay much for him. They only paid a couple of second-round picks for Valanciunas. So that was an awesome pickup. But I think the Kings got better. They still have Monk. They still have the Domantas Sabonis, the double-double king. They have a good team there in Sacramento. They're not playing like it right now. So I'm hoping with the infusion of that new center, with Zach LaVine getting out of Chicago, because right now, unfortunately, Chicago is not a really sought-after destination. And as a franchise, they've been making some weird moves and not playing really good basketball, and they are just non-existent right now. But an A- for the Sacramento Kings. Yes, you gave up your superstar, but you got a haul for Fox. Between LaVine and some other role players and 6 different picks, I think 3 first rounds, 3 second rounds. So the Kings made out in this trade. They did not get worse. In fact, I think they got better. And they've got capital going forward. So don't sleep on Sacramento, guys. That was a heck of a trade. They can start playing some better basketball. Watch out. Zach LaVine has something to prove. So another A-. I'm going to throw the Luka trade in there. And the biggest reason why I'm giving this an A-, look, guys, I understand. It's Luka Doncic. World superstar. Probably one of the top 5 best basketball players in the world right now. NBA, world, however you want to say it. But the trade, when they traded away Connect and got in Mark Williams to play center, I think they overpaid for him. I think the Lakers got scared and a little desperate because they had nobody at center. I think they had a cardboard cutout of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just kind of standing there down at underneath the basket. Like, that's how bad the center position was for the Lakers. So I get it. But Dalton Connect, I think he was going to be something very special for the Los Angeles Lakers, and you trade him away to the Charlotte Hornets for Mark Williams. Now, Mark Williams is young, 23 years old. He has potential, but he's inconsistent. for a few draft picks, you try to get Valanciunas, who is a proven NBA player, but the Kings swiped in and got him. So you guys got desperate. So I'm giving you an A- on that. Phenomenal job to Pelinka. Whatever dirt you have on Nico Harrison in Dallas, congratulations, because you done stole Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks. But that Dalton Connect for a suspect center was a desperate move. So I'm knocking you down to an A- on that. Throwing out a B. Golden State Warriors, you're getting a B. You're picking up Jimmy Butler, but is Jimmy Butler going to take you to the next level? Look, he's 35 years old, working his way. He got 3-4 more years, if that. You signed him to a 2-year, $121 million extension. Is Jimmy Butler worth $60 million? That's exactly the reason why the Heat did not give him the bag in the beginning of the year, because they didn't want to sign him to that much money, because they knew at 35, he's got not a lot of basketball life left in him. And they wanted to build around Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo and all those other guys, and they weren't going to be able to do that paying Jimmy Butler. And that's what ultimately pissed him off and caused him to throw a temper tantrum and get suspended, etc. So I was watching the press conference, and you got a smiling Jimmy, but Golden State, what Jimmy Butler are you going to get? Are you going to get that dog that loves playing basketball, that will give you 125%, especially trying to get into the playoffs, make it into the playoffs? Jimmy Butler in the playoffs dragged the Miami Heat to the finals twice. But what Jimmy are you going to get? He really didn't want to go in Golden State. He wanted to go to Phoenix, which I don't know why, but that's a whole nother question. He could have went to the Milwaukee Bucks and played with Giannis, but didn't want to go. He could have went to the Grizzlies and played with them boys over there with Ja, but he didn't want to go. So, and he did not want to go to Golden State, but he accepted it because Golden State was going to sign him to his extension. And that's the main reason why I guess Jimmy dealt with this trade and is smiling, because he got paid. His last big check, his last big contract, Golden State gave it to him because they were desperate. So desperate times, yes. If you get the right Jimmy Butler, this is going to work out for you, because Steph Curry needs some help, man. Good Lord. Steph Curry this whole year has been trying. He's shooting his heart out. He really is, but he just does not have a lot of consistent help. Wiggins wasn't helping at all, and that's why they traded him away. Kuminga not helping. Draymond Green kind of gets his a little bit, but he's not the Draymond of old. He's still halfway decent on defense, but he'll get you a few points here and there. Buddy Hield would, for the first few games in the season, look like he was going to be a stud, and then just completely fell off the side of the earth, man. So giving you guys a B. Golden State, you get a B. A little bit of a desperate move. A lot of money for an aging superstar. But we'll see which Jimmy Butler are you going to get. And then a C to the Mavs. You're lucky I didn't give you an F. I'm giving you a little bit of credit. Little. Getting AD. You traded your megastar for a broken player that, if he's healthy, you got a shot. I still like the way your team is set up with Kyrie, AD, Dinwiddie. You guys, Clay, and we'll talk about that because Clay can still score. But ain't none of them guys Luka. So in the short term, you guys did okay. You unfortunately just made 99.9% of your fan base angry. But other than that, you still have a shot to play some basketball. So that's why I'm kind of giving you a C, because we'll see. Let me hear your grades, guys. Let me hear what you think about these trades. Who do you think is going to benefit from them? Who do you think is not? So I'd be curious to hear from you. Um, Let me know. Drop a comment, like, subscribe. Come on, guys. I want to hear from you. That's what I'm here for. Real quick, we're going to touch on this. I didn't even know he was still in the league. I guess he is still there. That just shows you how much Ben Simmons moves the needle. But it looks like he's still around, and he's only averaging 6 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Uh, he still plays really good defense, but the mental state, which, dude, I understand. Um, I'm a big supporter of mental health. Everybody, I myself included, sometimes have those days where, it's a little rough and you have to deal with some things and anxiety, etc. I get it. I understand. Totally, totally get it. But when you're getting paid $1 million a year, you got to learn to handle those things a little bit differently. So, but Ben Simmons looking like his contract is going to get bought out from the New Jersey Nets, and he's meeting with Cleveland and the Clippers this weekend. Um, Cleveland, I don't know if you should mess with him. You guys got a fantastic team. The cohesiveness and the way that team is playing together with each other. I don't think Ben Simmons really fits on that team. Clippers, I can see it. It's out west. Get him off the East Coast. He's got a lot of baggage here on the East Coast. Get him out of the Eastern Conference. He's got a lot of baggage in the Eastern Conference. Put him in the West. He's late. Not going to have too many eyeballs on him right now. Clippers aren't setting the world on fire. They're playing well. I think they're going to make the playoffs. He can be a good role player for them. Hopefully he can get his mind right and his basketball career back on track. So we'll see what happens. We'll report on that here. But it looks like Ben Simmons is going to end up either in Cleveland or with the Clippers. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, we are a few days away from the All-Star break. Nice little break for the players. After the All-Star break, things start ramping up a little bit here. Teams start jockeying for position. Playoff races get a little more heated up. So, but before we get to that, February 13th, you have our last games there. 14th, you have the Rising Stars play-in. So whoever wins that Rising Stars play-in plays against the 3 other formed teams, and then those 3 other four teams play some kind of tourney, and you end up having a winner. We'll see how this goes, but that's going to end up on, excuse me, the 16th. Round starts at 8 o'clock. I think it's going to end about 10, 11 o'clock at night. So be prepared. I think this tournament thing, it's interesting, but I think it's going to be pretty long. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out, and we'll go from there. But let's talk about some of the all-star team rosters. You got Team Shaq, Team Kenny, Team Chuck, and then the Rising Stars. We'll leave the Rising Stars out. We'll talk about those if they make noise. But right now, I want to talk about the 3 TNT commentators' teams. I want to know which team you would pick. So Team Shaq, you got LeBron, Steph Curry, AD, Jason Tatum, KD, Dame Lillard, Dame Time, James Harden, and Jaylen Brown. That's a heck of a squad. That's Shaq's team. Team Kenny, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson. Go Knicks. Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams for the Thunder, playing really well. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, and the Detroit Pistons, playing really, really well. Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat. Get somebody in there. That's Team Kenny. Then you got Team Chuck. You got the Joker, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, You got Victor Wembanyama, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, and Donovan Mitchell. So, guys, what do you think? Who do you think is your favorite team? Which team are you riding with? I'm going to tell you my team. It's tough. Team Shaq's pretty good, but you got some older guys on there. I think that's the geriatric squad with the LeBron and James Harden and KD. Got some aging superstars on there. I like the Team Kenny, of course, because I love me some Jalen Brunson. Jaren Jackson Jr. has been playing really, really well for the Grizz. Cade Cunningham, Tyler Hero. It's a good squad, too. I'm rolling with Team Chuck. I'm sorry, guys. Nikola Jokic, who is essentially almost averaging a triple-double, the dad bod god. I would have liked to see Denver make some moves during the trade deadline, but they did not. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now, who is my number one here. Let me get my crack graphic. My MVP watch, Club Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. Victor Wembanyama, the alien, this first All-Star game, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Pascal Siakam, who is no slouch, playing unbelievable for the Pacers. Karl Anthony Towns, go Knicks. So I got my Nick on there. And Donovan Mitchell. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm rolling with Team Chuck. I want to know who you're rolling with. Let me know. Drop a comment below. Tell me which all-star team you think is going to take everybody out. So I got Team Chuck. Be interesting to see what happens. We'll take a little time out. I told y'all earlier, it's been a long week. I do work for a living. This is my little fun thing I like to do after work, kind of the way I decompress, just kind of sit, talk about sports, have some fun. Had a great time last show with my man Cody from Drew Code Sports Talk. Got to talk about all the trades. So I really enjoyed doing this. So, but all of us can use a vacation, and more times than not, depends on what budget you have. So I just wanted to have the thought of, okay, if I had no budget, what would be my top 5 dream vacations? Where would I want to go? Now, guys, I'm a huge history buff. I love watching the History Channel. I love learning about history because if you don't learn about history, you're doomed to repeat it, which we tend to do a lot, which is a little nerve-wracking. But my top 5 dream vacations. Number 5, I want to go to Turkey. You're like, why would you go there? Göbekli Tepe, one of the oldest monuments that man has built, megalithic monuments. It's about 10 to 12,000 years old with different carvings on it, different animals that don't even exist in that area. Just some of the history. Turkey's a beautiful country. They got really strong coffee there, which I'm cool with. So it looks beautiful on TV. I want to check it out. I would love to go and learn. Göbekli Tepe. I want to go there. That's number 5. Number 4, I'd love to go to China. I know I'm saying that. I'll probably get someone from the government angry, but I would love to see the Great Wall. I would love to play with some pandas, and I would love to do some American takeout in China. How cool would that be? We do Chinese takeout here, American takeout. Sorry. I was trying to be funny, so I don't know if that would work or not. But I would love to go to China. Just, I am in awe of their history, just some of the way things work there, the people, the vibe. I want to check it out. I'd love to go to China. I think it'd be great. Excuse me. Number 3, I love and would love to go to Egypt. I want to go walk near the pyramids, see the Valley of the Kings, go to Luxor, go to the temple at Karnak, see the Nile, be on a riverboat in the Nile, just to see what man can build when hyper-focused. Guys, we can't do that nowadays. We could not build a pyramid now. We built one in the desert in Las Vegas, but that doesn't count. That's nothing like what has been built in Egypt that they built 5, 6,000 years ago with hand tools and their hands. Amazing. I want to go there really bad. I would love to do that. Number 2, I want to go to Greece. One my best friend Brian, he's Greek. His family is from over there. I'd love to go there and learn some more about his culture. Um, I want to go to the Knossos, the Palace of Minos. I want to go to the Pantheon. I'd love to see that Greek history and some of the just historic sites. I want to see that crystal blue water in the Mediterranean. Drink ouzo and fall down a lot. That's my second. And number 1, I am full-blooded Italian myself, so I want to go to Italy really, really bad. Anybody wants to send me, let me know. I want to go to Rome. I want to see the Colosseum. I want to see the Parthenon. I want to see Trajan's Column, Trajan's Market. Just kind of explore. I have some family over there, so I'd like to dig into my roots a little bit and see what I can find. Go over to Pisa, see Pompeii. Just explore my roots, explore my heritage, and eat a lot of good food, drink a lot of wine, and see some historic sites. Again, I love history, and I would love to go. So those are my dream vacations right now. Number 5, Turkey. Number 4, China. Number 3, Egypt. Number 2, Greece. And number 1, Italy. Anybody wants to send me, let me know. Drop me a comment. But let me hear yours, guys. Again, drop me a comment. Give me your top dream vacation. Where would you love to go? What would you love to do? Everybody sees those Facebook posts with the little huts that are in the water that you can swing on the hammock. It's, Tahiti and some of those other things. So what's yours? Let me know. Maybe the Ice Hotel in Iceland when they set that up. So I'd like to hear from you guys. So let's jump into some games, guys. Wednesday night, we had some great games. We didn't talk a lot about games over the past couple of shows because we've been just talking about trades. So first of all, let's talk about Wednesday. De'Aaron Fox's first game as a San Antonio Spur. Dropped 24 points and 13 assists. I think that's where he's going to shine. He's going to get his points, but I think those assists with Victor Wembanyama right there, it's going to be hot. They won 126-125. Victor Wembanyama hit a last-second free throw to beat the Hawks. It was a good win. The Hawks were losing, but came back. They do have Ice Trae Young, 32 and 12. He's still an unbelievable player, but ended up losing. Wemby had 24 points. The Parisian Pillar. I'm still trying to get that out there for you, Wemby. I think you need a better nickname than just Wemby. To me, that's boring. Parisian Pillar, guys. Spread the word. But great win for De'Aaron Fox. You can see some joy on his face. I think he's going to have a lot of fun playing with Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio. Then Wednesday night, SGA drops 50. He's really first place right now. MVP watch, guys. They crushed Phoenix 140-109. Now, KD was sitting, of course. KD's sitting. Everybody was all rumors he's going to get traded, whatever. Of course, he ended up nixing the trade to Golden State, which boggles my mind. Why would you want to sit and toil in the desert on a really bad Suns team right now? I don't know. Are you that just angry about everybody making fun of you for jumping OKC and going over and getting your chip with Golden State Warriors? That's just you're bitter about that thing? Come on. You got to suck that up, man, because you're going to do absolutely nothing in the desert. Phoenix Suns look terrible, but OKC, they're going to be really tough to beat in the West right now. Then let's jump into Thursday. Mavs with a big win, beating Boston in Boston. And they needed that because right now, Mavs Nation is not happy with the way the team and for what the team just did. But Clay, I don't know what it is with Clay Thompson sometimes. He has his quarters and his halves where he just goes absolutely ballistic and drops a ton of points. He had 23 points by the first half. He only ended up with 25. Boston ended up making it close. The Mavs were up by 27 in the second because they were just blowing the doors off of them. Dinwiddie dropped 22 off the bench. So that's in of course, AD is not playing yet. No real timetable for when he's going to come and play with them. But the Mavs needed that win. Again, short term, I think this trade isn't going to totally kill them, but it's going to end up killing them. Brown had 25. Tatum had 17. It's a bad loss for Boston. But as a Knicks fan, keep losing, Boston, please. What else do we have? Thursday night. Are the Rockets in trouble? They've lost 5 straight. Now, I picked the Rockets as one of my sleepers in the West. Amen Thompson. I don't know. I'm a little worried about them. They got beat 127-114. I'm worried about the Rockets. Still a young team. I would have liked to have seen maybe Jimmy Butler go there because I think they need some veteran presence to steady the ship. So we'll see what happens there. But the biggest news on Thursday night, and I'll jump right into this here because I'm running out of time. I'm watching my clock up there. The Los Angeles Lakers beat Golden State 120-112. LeBron James, the ageless wonder, the king, drops 42, 17, and 8 at 40 years old. He's the oldest player with a 30-15 game. Surpassed Michael Jordan with dropping a 40-point game. At one point, Los Angeles was up 26 points, but Curry, willing that team, trying to come back, drops 37, but did not have any help on that team. A little bit from Draymond, but other than that, nobody else really helped them. That's why they ended up losing. But LeBron James, guys, I'll give him his props. 40 years old to drop 42 points is amazing. Is absolutely amazing. Again, it has been a crazy week, guys. I appreciate you jumping on here with me. I will be back on Monday. Again, Boom Broadcasting presents 3 from Deep. You can catch me 3 times a week, Monday at 12, Wednesday at 12, Saturday at 12. We got more to talk about. We're going to see what goes on this weekend. I think Monday we're going to get some Luka on the court in LA. That's what I'm hearing. So once I get some more confirmation, we'll talk about that on Monday's show. But guys, enjoy your weekend. Super Bowl Sunday. Please be safe out there. Drive safe. That's what Uber's for. So make sure we're being careful and cool. So thank you all very much for joining me. I appreciate it. Again, Boom Broadcasting presents. I am Jason Colenso, your host from 3 from Deep. Like and subscribe. Drop some comments. Check us out, man. We got a lot of great content. I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me. I will see you soon. And enjoy the Super Bowl. Peace.